Hi everyone and welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Busi and this is a space where I discuss all things self-care and life abroad as a South African living in Canada. Today's video is all about giving you an update to immigrating to Canada in 2021. Did you know that Canada aims to welcome 401,000 new permanent residents to Canada in 2021. And of the 401,000 new permanent residents that Canada will be welcoming to the country in 2021, 108,500 of them will be in the federal high-skilled category. Now, I immigrated to Canada through the federal high-skilled category. In 2019, I immigrated to Canada as a skilled worker, and I share that process in a video that I have on my YouTube channel, which a bit over 5,000 of you have watched up till this point. And I will link it in the description below. Now, the reason that I thought I should make this video is just to put all of the resources that I have shared on my YouTube channel that can help you on your immigration journey if immigrating to Canada is something that you want to do. So the first video that I would suggest you watch is the immigration process that me and my family followed if you are a skilled individual and you're looking to immigrate through the express entry for skilled workers. The second video that I suggest you watch is how much it costs to live in Canada. And that video is specifically focusing on the Greater Toronto area, which is the area that I'm in, because I can't speak on other parts of Canada that I've never lived in. The third video that you can watch on my channel is what to expect after you receive your permanent residence confirmation. You can watch this video before you even start the process just to know what are some of the things you can expect if you get to that process or if you even choose to move to Canada. And then the fourth video is on job searching. Job searching, I give tools, tips, and strategies that myself and my husband used to get our first jobs and even second jobs living in Canada when we had already moved to Canada. And on that video, I also do share that it is possible to look for a job and actually find one before you actually get to Canada. So I would encourage that you watch that video if you're wondering what the job searching process can look like in Canada. Then I have a whole host of other videos and videos that I will continue to be making, just sharing on life in Canada in general. So those are the types of videos that you can watch and you can get to see through my lens what living in Canada has been like. And that's going to be an ongoing sharing of videos, and you can look through my channel and see if you find something that piques your interest, and you can have a watch and get to see a bit of the life in Canada. Now, I've had a number of you who watched the initial video that I shared on my immigration process with my family, reaching out, wanting to have a call, wanting to have a chat about my immigration experience. And as much as I've tried to have calls with a number of you, I cannot scale to have a call with each and every person that reaches out. And some people, I will say, like, you have not done your research enough before you try and reach out to somebody to have a conversation with them. So over the time, I realized that there's a lot of people that are reaching out that would like to have a conversation with me. And I thought, how can I make it possible for us to have this conversation? And it's something that I can open myself up, because I'm only one person. And I do have a whole host of other things that are happening in my life. I can't put time aside to have a conversation with somebody, and it's either they're asking me things that I've already shared about on my channel, or it's really just asking me things I cannot answer, because I'm not an immigration specialist. I've never claimed to be an immigration specialist. I'm not an agency. I can only share things based on my experience and things that we've gone through, things that we've seen, and things that we've done, or things that we could have done differently had we known, because there's things that we found out or figured out a bit later in the process, and we're like, oh, if we knew this, then we could have done that differently. So those are the types of things that I can share and I can help you with on your own immigration journey. So I have an offering, I have a service that I offer where you can get to have a chat with me and ask me questions about the immigration journey. Whether you are still deciding whether Canada is the country that you want to immigrate to, I can have a conversation. We can have a conversation about whatever it is that you're wanting to know that will help you make that decision to say, yes, maybe Canada is the country that I want to go to, or no, I think I like some other place much better. We can have a discussion during your process. So maybe you've already started the process. You've already started that initial application for express entry. You've received your invitation to apply, or you've actually or are going through that process of applying. We can have a conversation if you're in that part of your journey. We can also have a conversation after you've received your confirmation of permanent residence, and now you're like, I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I have so many questions and I have nobody to ask anything, and yeah, Boosie's there. I can have a chat with you as well if you are in that part of your process. So before, during, and after your immigration process, we can have a conversation, and it's an open conversation about things that I've experienced, whatever it is that you are wondering in your own journey and are thinking, if I had somebody I could talk to ask these questions, that would help put my mind at ease, or whatever it is that you're looking for with the questions that you have. You could potentially have a conversation with me if you feel that's something that you want to do and something that could help you. I will share a link in the description, and I'll also add it at the bottom over here on how you can schedule that conversation with me. Now, I will say that to get the most out of the conversation, you really need to have done your research. You need to have done your own research first, or you're in the process of doing your own research. You can't just be like, oh, I just saw your video and yeah, it made me think I want to immigrate to Canada. I mean, you can do that as well if it's up to you, but you're going to be spending money. You're going to be spending your money, and you need to be making sure that you're going to get your money's worth. And to do that, I strongly encourage that you do your own research. Even on my own channel, go watch videos about immigration or life in Canada to figure out what questions you still need to be filled. And sometimes really I've had people asking me things that I have already spoken about, but they just feel like they want to hear it, or they want to see me say it live, like in an actual conversation, and not them just watching a video. I absolutely have no problem with that as well, if that's something you feel that you need. It is a service that I am offering for a fee, and if you are interested in having a conversation with me, head on over to the link in my description, or just type in the link that is at the bottom on the screen on your browser, and you can pick a time and do the things, and we can be having a conversation. We can be having a chat soon about your immigration journey and my immigration journey, and all of the questions that you have that I can help answer as best as I can, based on my experience. I wish you all the best on your immigration journey, and I look forward to having a conversation, having a chat with some of you, and I will see you on the next video.
Thank you for watching.
Ooh, there was a spider, Izolo. What happened to that spider? I just remembered I saw a spider up there and I didn't do anything about it. Yeah, you just hope it's not a poisonous one.